In the wake of the largest mass shooting in American history, we are looking for answers. We want to know who did it, why they did it, and what we are going to do about it. Obviously, there's nothing to be done about the shooter himself, since he committed suicide, but there are still a lot of unanswered questions in the minds of Americans. Thus far, there have been no credible claims of responsibility, and as far as we know these were the actions of one deranged individual. Those whose family members who were injured or killed don't have anyone left to blame, and no way of knowing if or when something like this might happen again. Americans need some reassurance, and thankfully, the president addressed the nation today in hopes of offering some. The president made it known that he and the First Lady are keeping everyone affected in their prayers and that he will be visiting Las Vegas very soon to see what he can do to help. The Washington Post reported on the president's plans. President Trump plans to travel to Las Vegas on Wednesday following a massacre at a country music festival in which at least 50 people were killed and more than 400 were injured late Sunday, making it the deadliest mass shooting in modern American history. It was an act of pure evil, Trump said somberly, standing in the diplomatic room at the White House on Monday morning. The friends and family of those more than 500 people shot are going to be shaken up for a very long time. In fact, they might not ever feel the same way about public gatherings again. However, hearing the commander-in-chief of the greatest nation on earth saying that he's praying for you and that he plans to do something about it is reassurance that few could offer. Trump offered his condolences to the friends and relatives of those killed. "We cannot fathom their pain, we cannot imagine their loss," he said. He urged the country not to be divided by what happened, saying that our unity cannot be shattered by evil. And he praised law enforcement officers and others who quickly responded as soon as shots were fired. Any event that kills 50 Americans and injures over 400 more is one that weighs heavy on all our hearts. The left would like to believe it's because of insufficient gun laws and the right would like to blame the left for not getting over the election fast enough. Some think it's a hate crime, and some think any crime of violence should be considered a hate crime since they're fueled by hate. We can, however, be thankful that the carnage wasn't any worse than it turned out to be. As the president put it in his remarks, the speed with which they acted is miraculous and prevented further loss of life, Trump said. To have found the shooter so quickly after the first shots were fired is something for which we will always be thankful and grateful. It shows what true professionalism is all about. The president announced later in the day that he plans to travel to the site early on Wednesday and stay at least a day. He will be meeting with Las Vegas city officials as well as the Nevada governor. Vice President Pence also expressed his condolences via Twitter, to victims, families and loved ones affected by this senseless violence in Las Vegas. "Karen and I are praying for you and offering our love. The hearts and prayers of the American people are with you. You have our condolences and sympathies. To the courageous first responders, thank you for your acts of bravery. Many of us probably feel like there's nothing we could have done to prevent something like this, and there's nothing we can do now to help out. While it's not a lot, there are a few things that might be helpful. In situations where medical crises abound, it's always helpful to give blood. We don't know what the needs are at the moment, but we do know that the people of Vegas are already pitching in and lending an arm to their local blood banks." The local FBI also has a request of those who might have been in the area. If you have a video or photo, call at their listed number. We don't want to believe that this could be us, but the fact is that it could. We are a nation populated with some very disgruntled and disturbed people. An environment of hatred that consumes a population, no matter where it originates, dehumanizes the other side and deprecates the value of their lives. We must fight against that, just like we fight against all other forms of terror and hatred. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my channel.